I'm going to show you how I make a weather box for my camera when I'm shooting in the rain, moisture, or maybe just a long form time lapse. First, get yourself a weatherproof box. This one came from Harbor Freight. It's on sale for like 29 bucks, but I have got one from Amazon also. But we need some other parts, so we're going to head to Lowe's. First thing I'm going to need is just my little lens cover. The nice thing is it fits a 95mm filter. I'm going to use one of these just to hold my camera up. Make sure you get you some nuts, some washers, some screws, even rubber washers, enough to make a nice little seal when you screw through that plastic. And of course we're going to need some glue. I've used this Gorilla Glue and it seems to work fairly well. So let's see what we got here. This little coupler here, and I've ordered this from Amazon. And this filter, it's 95mm and it fits just about right. Too bad it doesn't have threads, but I gotta glue it in. Next, you want a little hole saw. The nice thing is if you got a 4-inch hole saw blade, it is just exactly what you need. Perfect. But let's get rid of this stupid label. It's stuck on there pretty good, so broke into my wife's craft room and used her heat gun. Now we need to figure out which way do you want your camera to kind of sit in the box. We can kind of visualize it here by placing the stuff right where we think we want to have it. And now to drill the hole. It does make a mess, so make sure you drill it where you want to clean up. Still, you're going to have to vacuum. And shave off some of those little extra trimmings, and you can see there's just enough gap in there that some glue can harden in there. Again, we're gonna see which way we want to face this. I think I like that angle best. With that little bracket I have, I've drilled a couple of holes in it so I can attach that to the box, and I've attached a Arca Swiss plate mount to it that I got on Amazon. Now we've got our washers, rubber washers, and all of our bolts. So I'm going to attach this to my camera first off. So let's get this baby kind of lined up to where we think we need to drill those holes. I'm going to lift up this box just a little bit and use a magic marker just to mark right where I think those holes need to be. And let's drill a couple of holes. We got a rubber washer and our regular washer. I'm going to place that on the bolt from the outside. Many rubber washers as I can use, but you see there's a little gap there. Might have to figure that one out with this box. I didn't need that with my Amazon box, so be aware where you end up drilling. Let's get these babies tightened back on here. And tighten it up, and I can at least bend it a little bit. That plate is just a little flexible. I'm not sure what I really think of that, but for a cheap option this works fairly well. And we're gonna place that camera on, make sure it seems to work fairly well, and let's see how far it sticks out. This lens, yeah, it sticks out just a little bit. But what I can do is just, when I tighten it on that Arca Swiss plate, I'm just gonna set it back just a little bit. Next I'm gonna pull off that bracket I've made. And what is this stuff? This stuff is Teflon paper. The glue won't stick to it. And then I've got a little bit of chipboard, so it's just something firm. I've loaded all the foam back in there. So that gives me a nice hard surface to work with. Next, let's get our glue going. I'm going to try and fill that up, get rid of any air bubbles, smooth it out. Then we're going to put on the filter. So let's put some glue up top. Get that filter in place, fill any little gaps, smooth it out with your finger even. And then we're gonna have to wait till tomorrow to finish her up, because this glue says 24 hours. Alright, it's the next day. That glue is set. You can see it's held in pretty well. And I decided, you know what, a lens cap would be great to cover that filter, keep it from getting scratched, because especially now we're going to move it around a bit more. Alright, we can pull all our foam back out. And let's see how this Teflon paper held out. Is it going to be stuck? Is it? Nope. Came right off. That's pretty nice. Now I can look to see if I need to add more glue on the inside, if I need to have even a better seal. But you can test it out. The first time I did it, I stuck it in the shower to see if it'd leak. Let's attach our bracket back in here. And then we're going to try out the camera for a little test fit. And as I squeeze it in, I can hear it hit the end. So I keep it just a little bit from the end of the filter because I don't really want it banging up or scratching that filter on the end. Okay, we can lock her back up, and pretty much we are done, really. There it is. Nice and protected. But if it rains, you still may get some water spots on that filter. So other things I'm thinking of is a nice little hood on the outside. Future project to work on. But next, we need to mount this sucker. I'm going to show you my old box and some of the things I added. So I've got a little Velcro in here so I can add an intervalometer. I've put this cheese plate on the back so then I can mount different type of camera tripod plates or whatever I want, depending on what I'm going to use this for. Even you can see there's hooks on the corners. That was so I could like strap it around a tree and pull it tight with using those hooks instead. So I've got this little plate. It takes a Sony NFP 970 battery that I have just for extra power, because sometimes the single battery is not long enough. Maybe I want to go a lot longer. So then I have a dummy battery. I'm going to stick that right in. And this is set up as for my Canon. There it is, how I mount it on my tripod. Hopefully this will help you out. Fairly simple. The price of making this really is going to vary. Various things you can do, but this was a simple way, fairly cheap, other than you need the tools. So good luck. Thank you for watching. Hope you subscribe. Love to hear your ideas. Thank you.